All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome back to our continuing coverage from Super Bowl 60 Radio Row with Bron Heussenstamm, who created the Believe Network, which has hundreds of podcasts that involve a lot of ex-athletes.
That's right.
So why don't we talk about just what was behind the idea of building Believe?
Sure, and it comes right back to this from looking for a spot for Ryan Leaf, a former athlete, to get into the podcasting space. And I just want to say, thank you all so much for having us. The fact that Ryan and I got together at Sweet Greens on Sunset Boulevard and conceptualized this whole thing to now penetrate enough to get to the NFL alumni to want to be and work with us is fantastic, because that was our goal from the beginning. Is, as a lot of people that aren't in this industry don't understand, is a lot of athletes want to talk, and there aren't enough microphones to go around. It's like musical chairs in these cities. And we saw this wave of tech coming, which was now you could go to direct to consumer and not have those gatekeepers, the program directors, the casting directors, and have to wait or move to North Texas and cover high school sports. You could get on the mic today and talk. So Ryan and I got together and said, what do you need as Ryan Leaf to be successful in this space? Let's go over the check boxes. And that's how we just built the business around how do we be a partner to help professional athletes achieve what they want in this creator space. And now we have over 800 people that podcast with us.
Yeah, so how did the vertical grow, and what was your thought process of how you were going to expand on it?
Sure, so I didn't want it to look like Ryan just started a pod. I wanted it to look like he signed somewhere. So I kind of just made up Believe and called some other athletes and was like, hey, if you guys all go on together, maybe I can sell one ad for free. We'll put out a nice press release. It'll make everybody look good. And when we started reaching out, we realized that a lot of people were looking for this and it didn't exist, which was just that help, because there were places to go. You could get a paycheck up front, as you know, as host, but there wasn't ones where you could just if you couldn't get that paycheck, I just want to start chopping wood, right? I want to get out there, shoot my free throws, whatever analogy you want to be. And that's what we really gave them, was the opportunity to not only get those reps, because for some people they just wanted to get in. Talk to athletes all the time, you picked up a ball when you were 6, you didn't get paid till you're 22. With NIL now it's 18. But it takes a little bit of time as a host. Luckily it doesn't take 14 years, but you need to get on the mic and prove yourself. And that's what podcast was able to do. And we were just right on that wave, was saying if you are going to do that, then how do we help you maximize it? And we've really threaded that needle to find it.
For those who see this, have wanted to do something like this, what do you tell them? What are best practices to actually do this and have a chance to be successful at it?
Sure, hard work, right? Professional athletes know that as well as anybody. You play in the NFL, you are a bad dude, and you put in the time and you grinded. You do not have to grind the same way in hosting, but if you're not, somebody else is. And by the way, other athletes are out there grinding on hosting, and so you have to get back and compete. So really understanding your market, what you want to talk about, and just putting in the time, showing up day after day after day, knowing it's going to take 6, 12, 18 months before you start to see some returns. But if you want it and you put in that desire, companies like Believe are there to help. And I love the podcast creator space, because no one can tell you to shut up. If you want to do it, you do it. And if you put in enough time and work hard enough, you can have success. No gatekeepers.
No gatekeepers, no time limits. Length of show can be whatever you want, but there are best practices.
There is a lot of ways to do this right. There is one way to do it wrong, and it is just to not do it, show up randomly. People are having success with daily, weekly, lifestyle, sports, comedy. If you can find an audience and then give them what they want, you can have a ton of success.
Yeah, when you say find an audience, I think that's probably the most important thing. Who is your audience? Have you figured out who those people are? Who are your fans? And I think that's half the battle here.
Sure.
Understanding who would want to listen to you and about what topics.
Sure, and I've talked to people that are coming off reality TV, and they're like, I want to do a show, and I'm like, yeah, but you were just on The Bachelor. You might want to talk about that a little bit. So for the athletes, especially the NFL players, it's you played for the Eagles, man, you got diehard fans that want to hear about the Eagles. And JJ Redick, who had the #1 athlete podcast, which is crazy because you think it would be, Shaq or someone on that level, he would get on the mic and say, guys, you see that game last night? Oh man, I had a bad pass, I missed a shot, I'm cost us the game. And now let's hear from this musician. But he would always give the people what they wanted, which was, I want that inside, what only JJ Redick could provide, because he was on the court last night, And so for a lot of the athletes, it's just understanding that. And look, a lot of them weren't comm majors. They weren't trained, right? It's all brand new. But the good thing about this sector is you get immediate feedback.
That's right.
You do something that's good, you get a lot of likes. You do something that's bad, people tell you you suck. do less of that,
Well,
right?
there's
Do
also
more of the one that gets likes.
The metrics are open now, as opposed to
all.
what you get to see it all. So we used to always say in sports radio, you play the hits, right? Just like
Sure.
so you understand that. Well, now you can literally metrically see what you're doing that people want and what you're doing that people maybe don't want.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, for the guy that was the third string who had a cup of coffee, is never going to get that big time TV job in that city coming out, right? They didn't have the interviews. No one even knows that they're good on a mic. They can now go and pursue a career immediately from their home at any time.
Yeah. All right, last thing. There are a million podcasts now.
Sure.
What is the future of the genre? What do you think?
Consolidation, like any industry. I think in 5 to 10 years, there'll probably be 3 or 4 spaces that sell ads for everyone in this room.
Yeah.
Because everybody went to that TV channel and then they all went spaghetti and now they're all coming back to the TV channel lineup, and the same thing is going to happen here because there's too many commission cuts and the ad buyers want it easy. It's so much nicer if I'm Pepsi, if I can just write one check and get to all the places that I do, which is what they do in the agency model. It doesn't make a lot of sense to pay 75 people. That takes a lot of work. So consolidation. I also think that you'll be able to okay your likeness to AI, and I as a listener will hear, hey, this is Bron, how's your day? Have you thought about investing in this? And you will approve it, and it will spit out directly to me every day. That's probably coming in like 3 years.
Digital twins coming.
Your digital friend will be there.
Up front, I'll have him say hello to you now. All right. Bron Heussenstamm, the founder of Believe. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much for having me. Appreciate it.